How's it going, everyone? This is South Bay Rebel, and today we're going to be looking at the Ahsoka line 2-pack. This is the Clone Trooper 2-pack that released recently. I believe it was a Target exclusive. I did manage to pre-order this, but it was after the initial pre-order opened up for the incorrect but awesome price of about $25. This was a rare restock. There was only one available, and I just happened to be on the website and checking, and it was up for pre-order after they had already sold out, but at the corrected price of $45. So still a good deal. We'll get into why in a little bit, but what we've got here is a Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant, it says, not named specifically, and then also a 332nd Clone Trooper, best known for their role alongside Ahsoka. Because this is a 2-pack, the package is a bit larger. Here's a shot of the back if you want to pause and read that bio. But decent packaging, nothing new and groundbreaking there. The box art is pretty standard on the back. It looks pretty good, as well as on the side. And yeah, that's about it for the packaging. We're gonna get this thing opened up, get these in hand, and give them a better and closer look just to see how good they really are. I did end up getting 3 of these. The second 2 I bought after pre-orders were done and it officially released. They seem to be plentiful at Target, and so I grabbed a couple others. Now, here they are out of the package. I only opened one package for the sake of this video. If you want to see me open all of them for some reason, I can do that. I kind of thought that I could army build a little bit and put together a couple squads of 3 or 4. So that was kind of the idea of getting a few. Also, the idea to possibly add a little more customization to a few of them, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And as we look at the Phase 1 Trooper first, he looks pretty good. This wasn't what I bought the set for. I thought it was a nice to have, but I really picked it up for the 332nd Trooper. But I must say that 501st Phase 1 Trooper is looking pretty awesome. Now, he's not specified to be a 501st, but I think we can all assume that based on the blue color scheme. Poses really nicely and just looks awesome. Here's the 332nd Trooper now, also looking good. They're pretty much the same other than the paint apps and the helmet. They come with the same 2 blasters as well as rifles, and the sculpting on the armor looks pretty identical as well. I don't know that there's actually any changes between the 2. The main differences, of course, are the paint apps and the helmets. Now, what stands out first is the articulation. These are just a joy to pose, and you can get them to do just about anything. It's out of this world how well they are articulated and can be put into a bunch of cool poses for display. And it's just refreshing to see that in a figure these days. I feel like I haven't had anything in hand in recent memory that's been as fun to play around with and get into those awesome action poses. I even tried to switch the helmets onto the opposite bodies just to see how that would look, because I thought if you were army building, it would be nice to add some variety to your army, and if you wanted to, you could definitely pass the opposite bodies for one in that troop because they are the same color scheme, just with a slightly different design. And I know it's probably not canon, but if you're already customizing, that might be an easy way to do it. Taking a closer look now at the face sculpt and paint apps there, I think the paint apps were done really well. Otherwise, this is the pretty standard clone head and face. They're not even different from each other. They look to be exactly the same, but no harm there. I mean, that's kind of the point. They are clones after all. Now, the paint application for the blue portions of the design does have some weathering to it, but the rest of the armor that is white doesn't, and so it's a little confusing in that sense. The white armor is also a kind of satin finish. If you feel it, it feels satiny, and it doesn't have any gloss or shine to it. So I kind of like that. I can't remember if that is comparable to the previous figures that were released, such as the archived 501st Trooper, for example. But I think it looks really good and it works on these. I really just can't say enough good stuff about these two figures. I'm beyond happy with how they turned out, and I've wanted a 332nd, or actually two 332nd troopers for a while now. I always thought they would look really nice standing on each side of an Ahsoka figure when displayed, and I still intend to do that. I was reluctant to get them on the secondhand market like eBay because they were going for a huge markup at the time that I was looking, somewhere between like $45 and $60. So to get them for $45 and have that Phase 1 Trooper thrown in as well, I think that's a steal. If you don't have these, they're definitely worth picking up. Maybe pick up a few if you can, if you're interested in army building. And I intend to compare these in a future video to some of the past releases of 501st Troopers, like the Archive 501st Trooper, the Fives, the ARC Trooper Echo, and even Captain Rex. So leave a comment if you want to see that, and stay tuned and subscribe for more of this kind of content. Leave a thumbs up if you liked this video, and until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.